going on, guys? Welcome to the Professionally Profane Podcast. I am Dave Ritterhoff. I am joined, as always, by my guy, Mr. PCVIV, Phil Charles Vander Hayden IV. Mr. Phil, my friend, it's been a while since we've been on here. How is things? How are things? How go things? All the things. The things.
The things are good. And the thing about the things is that they're continuing to get better because along with those things comes Bears football, my friends. It is on its way. We're talking less than less than 2 weeks away from training camp, maybe less than 3. I'm absolutely fucking ecstatic. And yeah, man, I'm doing great. How are you doing, man? How are your things?
Dude, the things are thinging right now. The things are very much in thing mode.
Okay.
Things are good over here. I got no complaints. My Cubbies are really good. Bears football's around the corner. We got a couple big wrestling events this weekend. I mean, how could I be down in the dumps with a great weekend like this coming up, my friend?
There you go. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Davey.
We before we get started with today's show, we do our normal housekeeping stuff. Don't forget you can find us on Twitter /X at ProfanePod. That's where the two of us are at hanging out. ProfanePod on Twitter. I'm at Davey.17. You can also find me working with Just Another Year Chicago Cubs on there.
Hell yeah.
And Just Another Year Pro Wrestling, JAY_P Wrestling. Me and Mr. Phil are hanging out over there as well. Mr. Phil, where can the people find you?
You can find me at JAYC Phil or at JAYCHI_Bulls for my Just Another Year Chicago Bulls stuff, as well as at Profane Pod hanging out with Davey, or as Davey also mentioned, we are also at Just Another Year Pro Wrestling at JAY_P Wrestling. And yeah, man, I mean, we're taking over social media. I mean, I think 5 handles now. I mean, we're on our way up to as many as I guess Twitter will let me have.
I don't know. Hey, you know what? I've seen the Russian bots. I don't think they stop you at any point, man. I think you can go forever.
Fuck yeah. Thank God.
You could also find us on YouTube and Spotify. Just look up Professionally Profane on either of those two places. You'll see our beautiful faces on either one. Smile for the camera. And that leads us into a little more serious matter, because we want to start off this week. I hope you're okay with this, Phil. I'm doing a little moving around here. But I want to start with the Jabroni of the week, man.
Hell yeah, brother.
Let's the Jabroni of the week this week, man, is we just said good things about them, and now we got to take it back because, man, the Chicago Bears really fucked up this training camp ticket stuff, didn't they?
You fucking blew it, guys. Again.
Yeah.
You just did this last year. Oh, my God.
Like, there just has to be a better way than Ticketmaster. Every fan is upset except for the ones that have 27 accounts and were able to get in before anybody else to get tickets for every day so that they can sell them.
Oh, yeah. Great people. Those are great people, by the way. Selling free tickets. Fantastic fans. You're a jabroni if you're doing that, by the way.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Big time. Yeah. Scalpers, jabronis for sure. The biggest of the jabronis. Bigger than the Bears, I would say. But
scalping free tickets, that's some real jabroni shit.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up. And here's the thing, right? Is like, I would not even go to training camp. I can't even lie to you. I really don't care. I don't want to go. But I know a lot of my friends wanted to go. I know a lot of like people that I'm close to wanted to go. I know that people were, like specifically like taking like breaks from work to try and get tickets to do this.
Yeah.
They couldn't because somebody bought 12.
Yeah. Yep.
To me, there's got to be an easier way. Like, there has to be a better way. There's got to be something where, like, if you buy a regular season ticket the year before, that's how you get entry into this, like, lottery. Or if you buy, like, a certain amount of merchandise, you get another entry. Maybe if you spend all that money, you probably deserve to go to training camp a few times. If you just happen to have 27 Ticketmaster accounts that have been around since the early 90s, I don't think you deserve extra tickets to go to Bears training camp. I definitely don't think you should be able to sell them at all. I think the secondary market is probably just as much at fault as everything else.
Yeah. What I think that's what's happening is a lot of people are just picking up an inordinate amount of tickets. They're not just getting them for themselves. They're trying to make an easy dollar, which is really disgusting when you consider that the tickets are free to begin with. It's one thing if you want to shell out money up front and then you're hoping to make it on the back end because you're selling them. I respect that a little bit more, but for someone that's going to go in there and pick up a shit ton of tickets and screw out some fans because they want to sell them to make money, I think that's really lame. And if that's you, you're not only a jabroni, you're an asshole.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I
I'd even
mean,
go farther. I think being an asshole is okay sometimes, but you can never be a scumbag.
oh, scummy asshole. Oh my god.
Oh my God,
Oh.
imagine an asshole with scum in it. Ugh.
Blech. Blech.
But we'll talk more about the Bears later on. We'll give them some solid stuff. We want to talk a little bit about some analysis that's come out about them recently, and that we'll
Yeah,
talk
we're,
about
we're gonna
that.
say
There's some real
good stuff
jabronis
about
there.
them. Yeah, we'll say good stuff, but yeah, get your shit together with the training camp tickets, guys. Come on, man. It's 2025. It can't be that fucking difficult.
It really can't be. But speaking of 2025, man, we had quite a bit going on recently between our last recording and today, because we did have two drafts. One of them we're not really going to talk too much about. I'm going to give one quick joke about one of the picks that was made for the Chicago Blackhawks. I thought they were awful, but for the Bulls, we get to talk a little bit about your guy. If I'm correct, you may actually your guys. If I'm so correct.
I do like both of these picks. I won't lie. So Essengay took me. I needed a little time to come around on it, but I am there. And same with Lachlan Olbrich, who's making plays in practice already. So I'm excited to see what he has to bring. I do want to give a little shout out to an Australian guy. He runs the account Boomers fan on Twitter, but he hit me up the day before the draft. He's like, look out for this second round. I'm looking at Lachlan Olbrich. So he actually, yeah, he actually told me like before the draft, like this guy is pretty good. Look out for him. He's like, his passing is good. And lo and behold, we ended up picking the guy, and his passing is what is making these highlights. So maybe maybe this dude had a little inside information. I for a second round pick, I'm liking what I'm seeing already. You don't really expect much, and as far as Noah Essengay, I'm not gonna lie, man. So the night of the draft, I was definitely like bummed out. I was definitely looking for a center. But
No, you
with
wanted.
that, yeah. But with that being said, I'm there on Noah Essengay. His character seems to be there. He seems to be really excited to be here. He's 6'10". He's got over a 7-foot wingspan. Apparently, he's played small ball center overseas already. I didn't even think that was in the cards. So they started talking about how he's 6'10", he's got the wingspan, and that he could defend at the 5. And I was like, really? Okay. I mean, I have to see it in action before I know for sure how that looks, but I do like the idea of it. And it seems like him and Matas are like off to the races, bonding already between the two of them, which you love to see it, man. I mean, Essengay is 18, Matas is 20. Ideally, both of these 6'10" wings are dominating that front court for the foreseeable future. So I'm, as much as I wanted a center, I'm there with Noah Essengay. I understand going. They went. I guess there's some risk, but they went for the ceiling play there, and it's hard for me to be mad at that when we're going towards a rebuild. And we're really not looking to compete right now. We're looking to compete in like 3 years. So when you look at it from that point of view, as long as Essengay does pan out, then I think that it'll be a good pick.
Yeah, I think I'm still, and it's really never fair to a prospect to it's never fair for a prospect for me as a fan to kind of be like, oh, I'm comparing. Like, comparisons to prospects are not fair. Now,
Right.
we're going to compare prospects to current players. That's going to happen. It's not fair to the prospect to do it, but it's human nature. Like, it's going to happen. I'm not going to apologize for doing it. Right? You see shades of a guy and start. To me, Noah fits the build of all these other specifically French, but really fully European, like tweener guys who have clear raw potential. And you hear the same thing with all these guys. If they could put it together, they'll be. And I mean, the Pistons have made multiple. I mean, could you tell me anything about Sekou Doumbouya and his
Who?
NBA career? Exactly. He's a top 15 pick, man. He was a prospect that had the exact same things that everyone's saying about Noah Essengay. Oh, like, he's between a 3 and a 4. If he gets up, he has the raw talent, he has the traits. He's just got to do X, Y, and Z, and they just it doesn't happen a lot. Now, sometimes it does happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a Giannis, but sometimes
Yeah.
you get a Dragan Bender. So I put you on the spot a little bit. What do you think? Why do you have positivity? Why do you think that it's not going to be Seiko Domboya and it's going to be more like a player who's going to have something to prove and something that he's going to prove in the NBA level?
So I think that his physicality overseas, I think that how he's played in his league is going to translate, because so if it's famously a lot harder to get to the line in other like leagues professionally than it is the NBA. The NBA, they're very whistle happy with their stars, and Essengay actually notably went to the line in one game. He went to the line 18 times. Like, he shot 18 free throw attempts in one of his games recently. And I think that that'll translate. And also, he leans on his defense first. So if you're looking for a guy that's going to get after it defensively and is going to dog these guys, that's his specialty. So, and that's what he talked about. He talked about it himself, saying, hey, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to hustle. I'm going to guard 1 through 5. I'm going to get out and, in transition. And so I think as long as he follows that, as long as it seems like he loves the game. And Mata said that too. Mata said that he's in the building extremely early, is asking a lot of questions, staying late, working on his shot. So if all these things are true, and he's actually working on his craft and his character matches the talent, that is what gives me hope that he'll be able to realize more of his potential.
I love that. No, that's great. I mean, and again, you don't really know what those guys that didn't make it, what their reasons were. And honestly, you hear a lot of them, you hear that they're just soft. They're mentally soft. I mean, that was the thing with Dragan Bender. He's always the one example. I mean, he was he was 4th overall pick in the draft.
Yes.
And he was everything an NBA team could want. Oh, he's got size. Oh, he's got athleticism. Oh, he can shoot. He can do it all. And he got to the NBA and he could do none of it.
Yeah.
So it's good to hear some of those things that really held him back. We don't see the same thing in Noah Essengay. And Lachlan Olbrich, I do kind of like that pick. He's 6'10". I hate saying this because we hear this for literally every single prospect that's ever come up ever. He could bulk up a little more if he wants to play the 5, add a little muscle, get a little NBA muscle on him. I mean, have we not heard that for every single prospect? Kobe White could add some muscle. Wendell Carter could. Lowry Marketing could. All these guys.
I think the plan is for him to play center. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's the plan.
A 0.5, maybe after all these years. Arturas Karnisovas got himself his Nikola Jokic. Who knows, right?
That'd be wild. That'd be wild. I will say, at least I like that he's a good passer. I think that's an underrated part of Vucevic's game that we're not that we're gonna miss when he's gone. So I'm glad that we did get a big that can do that. But I mean, for whatever it's worth, his wingspan is 6'11", so he would be a bit of he's a little bit smaller in terms of length than Essengay even, which is kind of crazy. But it does seem like our plan is to just load up on 6'10" wings and just we're just gonna run him out there, dude.
Clearly, that's gonna work. Our Acme heard one time about positionless basketball. It's like, let's do it. Let's just go.
Yes. It seems like that's all that we're doing. Yeah, so everybody is positionless. I mean, that down to the 6'8" point guard that we're hopefully going to be signing soon. But
are we? I mean, every day I kind of feel like maybe we're not. I don't know. I keep thinking I keep waiting for the day where it's like Josh Giddey signs with a different team. Every day I feel like it might happen.
If he signs an offer sheet with someone else, I think we'll match it. I think that'll happen for sure. I think that's what the Bulls want. For whatever reason, they decided to pick. It's funny because everyone can criticize them the last 2 years for not making Patrick Williams and Vucevic go get their deals, or especially Pat. Pat was a restricted free agent the same way. They're like, why didn't you go make him get a deal from another team, and then you decide if you match it instead of just giving him whatever he wants? And now they're doing it with a guy that I actually really want, Josh Giddey.
The other guys, it's fine, but this guy can get him.
Yeah. Dude, I just really, really want you to sign him. If he does get an offer sheet, I think we'll match. But so they're just being really stingy about $30 million a year, which I think that Giddey's worth it, but they're
Easy,
not ponying up. Yeah, I mean,
easy, I think.
yes, I don't want to go into the fucking season with a qualifying offer, because for anyone who doesn't know, if Josh Giddey doesn't get an offer and the Bulls and him don't come to an agreement, he'll sign a 1-year qualifying offer deal where he'll make like 11 million and something this year, and then he'll be an unrestricted free agent next year. I don't want anything to do with that shit. I see some people that are like, "Oh yeah, no, make him prove it." Okay, and then what? Then he goes and walks for another team. I'm sorry, I don't trust it, man. The thought of him potentially walking for nothing, and then also talking about trade rumors at the deadline because he's an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. I don't want anything to do with that shit, man. Lock him up. Stop it.
No, for sure. And the part that really pisses me off, man, is like this is not a situation. Even if you pretend that the salary cap is real, which we clearly can tell from Oklahoma City's sake, who has spent like $800 million in salary over the last week,
Yep.
literally $800 million. The salary cap is
Yep.
not real, but even if you want to play that game, do you know how much cap space they have next offseason, Phil, off the top of your head?
How much cap space we're scheduled to have?
The Bulls, yeah.
Oh, it's a lot. I think right now it's like somewhere in the neighborhood of like 80, 90 million, maybe more. I know that it's most
105.
yeah,
105 million. You
yeah, it's
can't
a
use
lot.
30 million of that? Are you fucking kidding me, man?
Yeah.
What are we talking about right now?
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, we've paid everybody else. I understand the negotiation. You know, like that's a good thing to try and negotiate. With that being said, you traded Caruso for Giddey. Like you didn't get picks, which you got killed for at the time. I'm here to say, like, I think that it was a good trade now,
I do too.
but you have to fucking re-sign him, because that's it's a domino effect. If you let Giddey go, and especially if we don't get anything for him, then we let Caruso go for nothing, basically, and then it's just a disaster. At that point, like, fucking get these guys out of my town. Like, if Giddey doesn't come back, if he's not re-signed to the Bulls, I'm going to be fucking furious.
Good. And they deserve
Yeah.
all of our anger for that, because that would be absolute malpractice. I mean,
Yeah.
right now, and here's the other thing about that salary cap space. You talk about $100 million in cap space, which, by the way, that also includes Patrick Williams' contract, which maybe you can convince a team to get rid of. Which, if you're going to be this stingy, who even cares, right? You don't need to. It's just if you wanted to, which, of course,
Right.
Jerry Reinsdorf wants to, because he's a cheap fucking SOB. But
Yeah.
they have 7 players under contract next year with that $100 million in cap space available. We're
Yep.
not talking like they have 2 players under contract. You have to fill in 13 spots, including your 2 guys that are not even suiting up most nights. They only need to fill, what is that? 8 spots. 2 of them are going to be basically league minimum because they're not guys who are going to dress every night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
6 guys, you have $100 million. You could put 30 to one of them. It's just, this is what happens in Chicago sports. This is why Chicago sports always sucks. It happened with the Bears. It happened with the Bulls. It happens with the Cubs, who are currently in the process of doing the same thing. And it even happened with the Blackhawks, except for the period of time where they were really good, because they finally stopped doing this. They love mediocrity. If we don't have to overpay players, if we don't have to reward players for being good, they wanted Josh Giddey to come here and average 12, 6, and 4 so they could offer him $12 million a year. And he was just going to say, yep, that's what I'm worth. So sounds good to me, guys. That's what they wanted. They are furious. Jerry Reinsdorf is in his stupid fucking penthouse. He's furious that Josh Giddey played so well last year. He has to pay him now. He hates that. He wanted them to be mediocre. They want to be good enough to make the play-in so they can get 2 extra games worth of revenue into Jerry's pocket. That's all they want. That's it. That's all they care about.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that from an ownership perspective. I mean, I want to say that the rest of the organization, I'd like to hope that they feel differently. But when it comes to the Reinsdorfs, yeah, man. I mean, he's any reason to not have to pay. And Jerry Reinsdorf's happy, especially if we made the play in. So, I agree with you on that one. The Reinsdorfs are fucking assholes, man. Sell the teams, Jerry. For the love of God, I don't even get into that because I don't think it's going to happen, so I don't waste my breath. But, like, I'll say it just once. Please sell the team. That's it.
Please.
Fuck.
We're begging out here, man. Well, we don't need to
Yeah.
beg Jerry Reinsdorf anymore. I'm not going to let him ruin my day. So let's talk about someone else trying to ruin my day.
Yeah.
How about that? Let's talk about Bill Barnwell, because Bill Barnwell decided to release a article recently where he was ranking all of the weapons cores of NFL teams across the league. And he said that the Bears have the 25th ranked weapons core. That's wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends. Phil, what do you think about 25th ranked?
I think that's absolutely ass. And you know what? Hold on. You know what?
Oh,
I should have been prepared, but here we go. Here's what I have to say to that, Bill. No. What the fuck? What the fuck is that, Bill? You're lucky I didn't put on the middle finger ones. I was
I was sure you would grab those.
Yeah, I'll pull those out. I'll pull those over while you're talking. But yeah, Bill, what in the hell are you talking about? Like the 25th ranked. We got criticized because we drafted too many because we kept going for weapons. Like people are talking about how Caleb Williams has zero excuses and how his ass is on the line and nobody has more to prove than him on our team because we have so many weapons. I mean, if you think that we have the 25th ranked weapon, 25th ranked weapons in the NFL, I'd kindly tell you that you have your head up your ass and you don't know what in the fuck you're talking about. Respectfully.
The team right above the Bears is one of the funniest things I've ever read in my entire life, because right above the Bears is the New Orleans Saints.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Chris, their number 2 receiver is Rashid Shaheed.
It sounds like a made-up ass name.
Shaheed? Are you serious right now? Their running back is 67 years old and wants to be a Bear. He was just at Wrigley Field last week throwing out the first pitch, trying to join the Bears. He's 70. He grew 3 years since this is running back years we're talking about. Right?
Oh my God.
They don't age the same way other people do. He's 76 years old now by the end of my speech.
Yeah.
Insane.
That's actually a fact. I don't know what in the hell that guy must be smoking, dude. Get off the crack, brother.
Dude, I literally DJ Moore. Listen, did DJ Moore have a rough year last year? There's no doubt about it. He still caught all, but here's the thing about DJ Moore, and truly, he caught as many balls as he did previously. He did. He caught as many balls as he did the year before. Genuinely, it's just because of how awful the scheme was as to why his numbers look so bad, because he kept getting these stupid little screen passes. He kept having to run out routes instead of routes through the middle of the field. For some reason, the offensive coordinator just was allergic to throwing the ball up the middle, even though Caleb Williams proved time and time again that he could do that. Does not make any sense. DJ Moore is a very good NFL wide receiver. Very good.
Yep.
Full stop. Very, very good receiver.
Done.
Rome Odunze is going to have more opportunity to shine this year. Cole Kmet is still a really talented tight end. Colston Loveland, you know my opinion. I'm super high on Colston Loveland. We have Luther Burden as our 6th best option in the passing game, and he was one of the best receivers in SEC history. There's no logic behind 25th rank. That's absolute fucking insanity.
It's garbage. It's the Bears tax times 5. It's not just a normal Bears tax. Dude, I get it. We're the Chicago Bears, but take off. Just be objective, man. All you have to do is look at the talent. It's so obvious. I mean, it's. I'm sorry. A middle schooler can properly judge that better than old Bill there.
Yeah, it's really, really, really bad ranking. Now, I will say that Pro Football Focus gave us the exact opposite, because they did hype up the Bears. They said the Bears have the 4th ranked offensive line going into this year, which I think I can agree with, man. I think I can agree with that, dude.
I do too.
I mean, I said it, man. I think Joe Thuney's the best offensive lineman in football. That should not be a hot take, right?
It's not.
You can say maybe he's not the most valuable because he plays on the interior. But again, I've said this before on the show. I'll keep saying it. Joe Thuney was 10th in most valuable player voting last year. No other offensive linemen were on the list. I can't even tell you the last time an offensive lineman made that list. He was 10th. He got
No.
MVP votes, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, to give a cross sport comparison, I mean, it's like Joakim Noah getting fourth in MVP voting that one year, despite having no offensive game really and a two-handed jump shot. Like when when you're getting votes in that position, it means more. Period. That's it. Like
No, and
Joe
you're
Tooney getting any MVP votes, period, is unbelievable. And actually, I'd love to know if any. When's the last time an offensive lineman got MVP votes? I'd love to know.
I'm gonna do some research while we're talking here to see if I can find that out. But to me, like, yes, I agree. Here Darnell Wright is a really, really good offensive tackle, right? I think that he's proven that he can be one of the top players at the position in football. I don't think there's any way around that. He's really good there. Right guard, listen, Jonah Jackson. When Jonah Jackson played even last year, here's the thing people don't want to say. Last year when Jonah Jackson played, he was not great. He wasn't great. He was fine. He was solid. What happened was they had a younger, cheaper guy who came in, had immediate synergy with everyone else on the offensive line, and played really well. He didn't lose his job. He got his job taken from him. And there's a very, very big difference between that. If you lose your job, it's because you didn't deserve the job. If you get the job taken from you, it's somebody just stepped up and made a play and proved their worth to the team. You really can't do much about that, right? If you get hurt, miss a game or two, and somebody takes your job, you get Wally pipped, man. I've seen it happen. Dude, I mean, low level, man. I play softball. I've seen people that play a position, and all of a sudden they don't play the position no more. So it definitely happens. Now,
facts.
Drew Dahlman, Joe Tooney, and at worst, average left tackle play, because maybe Ozzie Trapillo takes that job and is actually really good. Who knows? But at the very least, no doubt about it, you're getting at least Braxton Jones, which is fine.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. I think top 5 is very fair.
I think it's extremely fair. I think, and don't let anybody ever tell you that you cannot remake your offensive line in one offseason, because the Chicago Bears did that to this offseason. And I got to be honest with you, man. The closer we get to this season, the more and more I'm feeling like a little $20 bet on that Super Bowl ain't too bad. I know. I just used the 2 words that I think a lot of Bears fans would want to behead me for using. But listen, man, we're good. We're good from top to bottom. I mean, we're good. Yes, are we great at every position group? No, but like there's maybe 2 or 3 NFL teams that are actually good at every position group in the whole league. You know, Philly and maybe a couple others, but like every team has weaknesses. But like if Ben Johnson is who he says he is and Caleb Williams is who we believe he is, this season's going to get really interesting really fast, bro. Like we might be talking shuffle, man. We might be talking shuffle.
Oh, we got the shuffle going?
Should we do a shuffle if we're looking super?
If we make the playoffs, me and Phil will do a Super Bowl shuffle and then either release it the week before the Super Bowl or maybe never. But anyways.
I like that idea. I like that idea though. All right. Well, okay. All right. So stay tuned for a potential shuffle. But I have to tell my dad to get. Yeah, and maybe we'll use that green screen. We'll make it. Bears, make us do a shuffle.
Yeah, get us right, Chicago Bears, please. Let's do this. But no, I'm really excited about this year, man. I think that it's going to be. I'm the closer we get, the more excited I am. Which I will say is honestly opposite of how I've been the last couple of years, where like March, I'm like, oh, the Bears are going to be really good this year. And then by like the week 1, I've gotten myself all the way down to, I just don't know. Like last year, I remember like waking up the day of the Titans game and just having a pit in my stomach and being like, oh, I feel like this is going to go really bad this year. I did. And I was right. I'll take credit for that one. I was right. Not fun. But yeah, I mean, like to me, like like I just get more excited as we get closer and closer to the actual day, which is a good feeling. I've never really had that as a Bears fan. It's always the opposite. So I'm happy about
Love that.
that. And I hope everyone else feels the same way, because I think it's gonna be a good year this year, man.
Absolutely, man. And like we've said on before, man, like don't be a jabroni and be like, oh, I need them to do it on the field first. Like I posted something on Twitter earlier. It was like about how excited I am that Ben Johnson chose the Bears and that he confirmed like how much he wanted to be here. And someone was like, why don't you let him coach a game first? And I
Nope.
want like, why don't you just shut the hell up, man? Like have a little bit of fun. Like what is to be fair, he's probably one of the other NFC North team fans of one of those lame teams, but yeah, man, we don't. If you wait for the results to be positive before you get excited, then you're a cheater. You have to get excited beforehand, or what are you actually doing? So I'm pumped, dude. I'm absolutely fucking stoked, and I'm down to make a really I don't know, irresponsible bet about how many games the Bears are gonna win.
Let me
Like
hear it, man. What are you thinking?
I'm not talking about like money either. Like I don't know, like like I don't know, I'll sing like the national anthem or something a cappella if the Bears don't win 10 games or something. I don't
Okay.
know.
We'll workshop it. We'll figure something out. I like it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm
I
down to do
did
something irresponsible and embarrassing.
I did do this while also trying to talk, so I may have missed something, but I do believe I found the last offensive lineman to get MVP votes.
Okay.
Do you want to give me an estimate of the year? Just go ahead and guess. It could be way off, because I would have no idea. I would have never gotten this.
I'm just gonna say it's gonna take a while back. I'm gonna go with 92.
72.
Woo!
Yep.
Wow.
Joe Thuney is the first
Wow.
offensive lineman from my research since Larry Little of the undefeated 1972 Miami Dolphins, world champion Dolphins, back when they used to talk like this on all the broadcasts. And there go the
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Oh, the Dolphins won, you see? Huh.
Yeah. And they've
Yeah.
done it. They've won it all.
Mhm.
That era is last time an NFL offensive lineman got MVP votes. And we have that guy in Chicago now. So I'm pretty happy about that.
I'm pretty happy about that too, you see?
Well, speaking of acquisitions, I mean, Joe Thuney could absolutely be an answer to our question today. It's not for me, but it very well could be, because every week we do power rankings, man. We do a countdown, a top 5 countdown, and this week we want to have a little bit of fun because it is the off season for a bunch of sports, all but baseball, and baseball's in the middle of their trade deadline as well. So if you go to I'm gonna plug myself. I hope that's okay. I'm not going to plug myself on camera, but I'm going to plug myself.
Plug it.
I'm doing a huge series on Just Another Year Chicago Cubs, which you should find on YouTube. I'm going through all the potential trade targets for the Chicago Cubs. And if you're looking at that and you're like, wow, this is like good stuff. I like when somebody does content like this. You could go to Just Another Year Chicago Bulls and you could watch Phil's whole Rebuild series, which was awesome. So good. I learned so much. And here's the best thing. Like, dude, I'm going to have guys that you're not interested in trading for. Phil's going to make transactions that you're going to be like, I wouldn't make that move. But it's all fun. It's all good stuff. And because we're all talking about trades and free agents and drafts, we thought we would do a countdown of our top 5 most hyped trades in Chicago sports history. These are not the 5 best trades. These are the 5 trades that when they happened, like you jumped out of your chair. You're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this trade just happened. And so, Phil, I want to hear from you first, man. I don't know if you went in order. I ranked mine in order 1 through 5. I would love to hear, man. There's number 5. You're most excited you've ever been for a trade in Chicago sports.
Okay, so number 5, I'm going to go with the trade. And I might rock the boat for some guys here, but I'm going to go with a trade that, to me, it signified that we were going to be drafting our quarterback, our first ever franchise quarterback. I'm going to go with the Justin Fields trade. I'm sorry to all of the Justin Fields.
Whoa! Justin's a franchise quarterback. Don't you know by the fact he's on his 3rd franchise in his 5th year that he's a franchise quarterback? You can't say that.
Yeah, you're right. I know. I know that I'm talking about trading a franchise quarterback so that we could draft a franchise quarterback. But man. To me, it was look, I was a field supporter, and I rode even in that offseason. I was like, I trust Ryan Poles, but the more that we rode into that, and the more I seen from Caleb Williams, and the more I thought about it, it's just like, dude, you got to go with Caleb Williams. Like, it's just a no brainer. And the longer that it went on, the longer I thought about it, the more that I arrived at that conclusion. So when we finally got the trade, I was like, I didn't even care what we got back. I was just like, hell yeah, it's Caleb Williams time. Let's fucking ride.
Yeah, that's a great choice. I really thought about it because I am the Fields hater. Not only the two of us, maybe of the entire community. I mean, nobody hates Justin Fields more than I do. I'm firm in that. But it was I feel like I wasn't even excited because I was more just like, it's about fucking time, man. So I wasn't even hyped about that one.
Okay.
One I was
Fair
hyped
enough.
for, and I'm not even really a fan of this team. You know, I support my Chicago teams, but I'm not a White Sox fan. You know, I'm a Cubs fan. But there's a White Sox trade I'm going to start off with because I was
Oh,
super hyped when the White Sox traded for Ken Griffey Jr. I just loved the kid, man, and I still do. He's the best. He's so cool. He is that guy who transcends sports. He's just so cool, so good at everything he did. Best defender, hit 600 home. I mean, just anything you could ever want. And sure, he was a little old and broken down by the time he got to Chicago, but knowing he was playing in Chicago was enough for me to be very excited. So I was super happy when they traded for him, and then they made the playoffs, and he, helped get them there. And then, well, they didn't, whatever. But that trade was really, really good. I really like that one.
okay. I dig that. Yeah, man. I mean, that was a really exciting time, honestly. I remember when that happened, and just having Ken Griffey putting on the black and white, or black and gray rather, was really, really cool, man. So number 4, I've got a trade that maybe a lot of Bulls fans right now are thinking they have PTSD from a little bit, but I got Nikola Vucevic.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I know,
I
I
love it.
know. I'm very football heavy on my list because honestly, like, I there just hasn't been, like, the football trades always hit me the best, but that Vucevic trade, man, like, it was the first time. Like, I thought he was going to be a perfect pairing with Zach LaVine. I really thought that that was the guy that Zach needed to take the next step in his career. And I thought that I thought we were going to go to the playoffs that year. I thought we were going to be a perennial playoff team after that. Uh, yeah. To say that it's been a letdown is maybe an understatement. With that being said, though, I was super fucking pumped when we traded for him. So I'm going to go with the Vucevic trade.
Yeah, I don't have any Bulls trades on my list. Do you have any other Bulls trades? I don't want to give away any others if
No,
you.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah. So another Bulls trade I really, really thought about was I was really excited when they got Chris Dunn and Zach LaVine for Jimmy Butler. But the reason I didn't put on the list is just because of the fact I loved Jimmy Butler. I still do love Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Fun Jimmy Butler story is the year before the bubble, I had a conversation with one of my best friends, and we had a conversation. I was like, I think you can build a team around a guy who's not like a top 10 player and like make the finals and like have a chance to win. And he was like, no. And the exact example that he brought up was Jimmy Butler. He's like, so you think you can win a title with Jimmy Butler? And I was like, yes, absolutely, 100%. And that same year, he took them to the championship. And I was like, I was right, motherfucker. It was
Did
just
it twice too.
it could have, yeah, and it could have been anybody we talked about from that like level, that tier of star. It just
Yeah.
happened to choose a guy that's gone twice now, so I felt good about that one. But I don't have any other
Solid.
Bulls. I don't have any Bulls trades on here. None of them have really done it for me that way. But I do have
Didn't
another
really.
baseball one. I have 2 more baseball ones actually, and
Okay.
I want to give a shout out really quick to the Kyle Tucker trade from this past offseason, which I was very excited about and is working out so good right now. The only reason I don't put it on there is because at the time I remember being like, oh, we gave up a lot for Kyle Tucker, and it could just be a rental. Now, we do this list in 2 years and he's signed to a very long-term extension. I probably put Kyle Tucker on this list. There's just so much uneasiness where even at the time I was like, well, I'm happy, but a
Right.
trade they made that I was very, very excited about was in 2008. They made a trade to acquire Rich Harden from the Oakland Athletics. And Rich Harden was really good. And I remember that was the first year of my life where I was like, oh, the Cubs could maybe they could win the World Series this year. Even 03, I got to the playoffs and I was like, I don't understand what's going on. I'm like 7. So like this is the first time where I was like excited about like, oh, the Cubs are good. Like they might do it this year. And then they get a guy like Rich Harden, who's a bona fide ace, really, really good pitcher. And I remember being pumped about that one, man.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they got swept in the playoffs and didn't make it the next year, and Rich Harden went on his way. But I was so happy at the time. My goodness.
That's what it's all about, man. I mean, honestly, like when that trade news hits, it's like it's the biggest dopamine hit, man. And that aligns with my number 3 pick, which I remember exactly where I was. I was sitting at the Lock and Dam, which is a bar that's on base over here with my one of my coworkers, Zach Hanzarek, who is a Packers fan. And when we got the news that we traded the number 1 pick away to the Carolina Panthers for a haul, baby, for a haul. And I knew we got DJ Moore and we got all those picks. And I still remember to this day, I was so fucking excited. I was all over social media, all over Twitter, calling everybody. I remember I was on the phone with my dad when I was pulling up here. I remember getting on the car like, dude, this is it. Now I was still believing in Justin Fields at the time, and I was fully on board with that vision. But I I thought that we were on our way to definite like contendership. I thought that it would be faster than it's been, but ultimately, I think I was correct. I mean, it's just taking a little bit longer of a road than we thought, but we ultimately from that trade did get Caleb Williams, have hired Ben Johnson, and here we go, man. So I got the number 1 pick trade on my list at third.
That's a really good one. I remember at the time almost being like, I'm going to say this word and I don't really mean it, disappointed. Because what I really wanted the Bears to do truly was I wanted them to trade like back to 2 and then from 2 to like 4 and then like 4 to like 8 and like make all these trades. And it happened. And I was like, oh, well, it's done now.
Yeah,
So like but the haul was really good. So I wasn't
that's
upset.
that's fair. I had fantasy booked that as well a few times, but yeah, I think that we actually did try to do something like that. If I remember right, if I can't remember, I feel like we tried, but it just didn't work out for whatever reason.
Yeah, which is fine. It worked out really well. We ended up with Caleb Williams. So, I mean, anything we did there was good.
It's ultimately one of the most lopsided trades in NFL history.
Oh yeah, I mean it's gonna be tough to match that. It is definitely right up there.
Yeah.
It's a good choice at number 3 as well. I wish I was more on that one, but I have at my number 3. I'm going back a little bit farther than the Rich Harden trade. Even probably the first trade where I was just super pumped about, like the first trade where like it happened and I
Wow.
was really really excited for. It was July 31st of 2004. And the Chicago Cubs were a part of a 4-team trade. They gave away a bunch of people I had never heard of before, and they acquired one of my absolute favorite baseball players of all time. They got Nomar Garciaparra, who was much better than Derek Jeter in the NL East in the late 90s, early 2000s. By the way, much better. So much better. Have you seen Nomar Garciaparra's stats, bro?
Yeah, no, he's really good, dude. And that's coming from somebody who's like, admittedly, like baseball is like my, it's not one of my 2 favorite sports, but no, I know Nomar Garciaparra is legit.
Yeah, he was phenomenal. In 2000, he batted 372. Just
That's
absolute
incredible.
stud. Also, he was on Backyard Baseball '01, which was my
He
favorite game of that
was
era, which is
great
also
game.
out on iOS now, the '01 version, which is super cool. I haven't even bought it yet, but I need to buy it. But dude, Nomar Garciaparra was the fucking man. I was so
Yeah.
happy. Nothing came of it. Not one thing came of it, but I was so happy at that time. My goodness.
Hell yeah. I love it, dude. Number 2, and I gotta be honest, like I'll be surprised, like because I know like my top 2 trades, like they came to my mind immediately. These
I'm
2
sure for
stand
the same.
apart from the rest of these. And so number 2, I got Khalil Mack. And it's because I really did believe in that Bears team. So when we got Khalil Mack, I thought Super Bowl. And then I was fully on board. I remember I was living with my buddy Andrew at the time. Andrew, he woke me up. He's like, "We got Khalil Mack." And that's the fastest that I've ever went from sleeping to fully erect. But I'm just playing. But when I say fully erect, I meant standing and just cheering while I
And
was,
by standing, you meant your penis was standing. Is that right?
Oh, well, yeah, semantics. But yeah, man, I was absolutely fucking ecstatic. Return of the Mac by Mac Morrison, boom, immediately playing in the room, and just unbelievable vibes, man. And we carried those through the season. It actually did pay off, at least for 1 year.
Yeah. No, I'm sure we're gonna have the same two, and I think we're just gonna have them in a little bit different order because my number two trade of all time is the Jay Cutler trade.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, yeah, there was a clear 1 and 2 here, and it just really depends on which one you go for. So here's why Cutler's second to me is I probably would have been more excited, but I was playing Xbox with my friends at the time, and I was like, "Oh my god, guys, we just traded for Jay Cutler," and they were like, "Okay," and then we just kept playing the game, and I was like, "But I'm really excited about this. Really cool." And then, yeah, that's all that came of it. But no, I mean, dude, we got a quarterback. We finally got a quarterback. No more good Rex, bad Rex. No more trying to convince myself that Dave Grohl was going to lead us to the promised land. No more worrying about Brian Greasy maybe coming back to being the quarterback of the team. We were done with the Craig Krenzels and the Henry Burrises of the world.
No
We were
Jason Campbell?
never gonna have to grab Cordell Stewart out of free agency at the very last minute again because we had our fucking quarterback.
That's a fact. And you know, I'm just gonna we'll just keep that vibe going because yeah, my number one is Jay Cutler, Smoking Jay. I remember actually like for months after that, because obviously that happened at the beginning of off season. We had months before we even got together. I would just be sitting there smiling, and my friends would look at me and be like, "What are you smiling about?" And I'd be like, "Jay Cutler."
That
Like
was
I was
me
like,
with
my,
Caleb. That was me with Caleb. I would just go to my group chat all the time and be like, guys, remember when we drafted Caleb Williams? Everyone would be like,
yeah.
love react, love react. I get it.
Yes, I was. I fully rode the Smoking Jay bandwagon, and I still do, man. I think he's the greatest Bears quarterback of all time.
Mhm.
I guess that's not a high bar, but whatever. I think that Jay Cutler's a fucking man. Jay Cutler, come on the pod,
Jay
please. I
Cutler,
love
come on the
you.
pod, man. Oh yeah, dude.
But
And
yeah,
then of course,
Smoking Jay trade was electric.
my number one has to be Khalil Mack. I mean, dude, it's like 6:30 on a Saturday. I was off school,
Yep.
no work that day, just in bed, groggy. Check my phone. Adam Schefter's tweeting. Bears, like literally as it happened, open up my phone, first notification. Bears finalizing trade for Khalil Mack. Dude, just like you said, man, I've never shot out of bed so fucking fast. I just paced around my room for like an
Yep.
hour. I couldn't even sit
Yep.
down. I just like, oh my god, we got Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack? Oh my god, no way. Like, are you just
Yeah.
walking back and forth around my room? I couldn't stop. I could
Yeah.
not stop.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it was just I'll never forget that moment. Nothing will beat that. Now, the problem now is that we're all so like tuned into everything that like we're almost like built to expect it. Like even like the Kyle Tucker trade this past offseason that I talked about a little bit ago. For like a couple weeks, it was like, the Astros and Cubs are starting to talk about a trade for Kyle Tucker. It might happen. Yeah, the
Right.
day before, and it's like they're ramping up. It could, and then all of a sudden, okay, well, hey, it's happening. That was like you heard about it, and there's like 6 teams involved, and like everyone wants Khalil Mack, so who knows? And then it was your team. Oh my god!
Yeah. I mean, it was an unbelievable feeling, dude. Like the fact that we were able to acquire him is still unbelievable. You know, it's a shame that Ryan Pace was such a shitty team builder in every other aspect because, you know, it would have been nice to not only have won while he was here, but also been able to keep him. But unfortunately, the fucking train wreck that he left Ryan Poles with necessitated him being traded away. So I do wish that we were able to re-sign him in free agency, but alas, it is what it is.
Dude, and the fucking social media team for the Bears, you guys dropped that hype video before free agency, and you featured him like
Yeah.
15 fucking times in the
Thanks
video,
for
man.
nothing,
You
assholes.
got
Yeah,
all of us excited for what? For him to re-sign with the Chargers? You fucks.
this is why you have to hire Rashab. All right, guys.
Yeah. Dude, I'll do social
Rashab
media
would have
for
known.
Bears. He could do all the video editing. Me and you can do all the reporting and social media work.
Perfect. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hire us, Chicago Bears. Come on.
And I will also do ticket sales for training camp.
Wow, dude.
I'll
You are
moonlight as the marketing guy for ticket sales for training camp.
unbelievable, man.
I
You see
know.
dude, I mean, we're out here trying to solve serious problems for you guys, Chicago. So, you know, George, pick up the phone, man, or have your boy Kevin pick up the phone. You guys want to delegate it to Ryan, whatever. we're here. We're willing to negotiate. We're not that expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I am starting at Cristiano Felicio money, but I could be worked down.
Okay, yeah, no, I like that. I like that a lot. Because I think that you would be better at your job than Felicio was at his, so it makes sense.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
well, do I show up? Then yeah, I'm better than Cristiano Felicio. He got paid to sit his ass in Brazil. Literally
Yeah.
went home. Go home, man.
What a
Oh,
life.
what a great time that was.
What a
Well, what a
life.
great time this was too, man.
Hell yeah, man. Loved it. It was great to be back with you, Davey.
Dude, for sure, man. Where
Everybody, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. I was gonna start leading us home, but you had something to say. I'd like
Yeah,
to
no,
hear it.
I'm here with you. I was just gonna say I appreciate everybody who was patient with us as we've been working through this summer and picking up new responsibilities. We're not leaving you guys. The Professionally Profane will always be here, no matter what. We will come back to you, and we appreciate your patience with us because we love you.
Hell yeah. I can definitely second that. I super agree. But yeah, no, we're here. We got a ton of stuff going on. Even when we don't have an episode every week, it's not like we're hard to find. We are all over the place. You see our beautiful faces all over YouTube, all over Twitter, doing everything, man. And honestly, I think everyone needs to know where to find us. So Phil, tell me all the places we can see your wonderful work and your beautiful face, and I'll go follow all of them, every single one of them.
All right. You can find me at JAYC Phil at my personal account or at JAYCHI_Bulls for my Just Another Year Chicago Bulls stuff. At Profane Pod for what I do with Davey here for the Professionally Profane. Or at JAY_P Wrestling for our Just Another Year Pro Wrestling content. You can find that's all of our Twitter stuff, but you can also find me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I also have a Just Another Year Instagram account, JAY Chicago Bulls. If you want to find me there, I mean, I'm everywhere, man. Not hard to find, especially if you search that damn name, Philip Charles Vanderhayden IV. But I'm here and I'm down to interact with everybody. As Davey can attest to, I actually comment back all the time, which is probably at my own detriment. But I'm down to talk about ball, so hit me up.
He sure is, man. Great follow everywhere. I'm at Davey.17. I actually just checked. I did have my Twitter account suspended for the last 12 hours, but it is fully functional now. We're back.
What?
Yeah, woo, we did it.
Wow.
We are fully functional again.
What an outlaw.
Yeah, that's me. I'm at Profane Pod, of course, Mr. Phil. We're at J_P Wrestling. I do a little bit of J_ Shy Cubs for Twitter. Just Another Chicago Cubs on YouTube, Professionally Profane on YouTube and Spotify. Yeah, not hard to find. If you want to come after me, I'm here. I'm not hard to find.
We out here. We out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is going to do it, though, for this week's episode of the Professionally Profane Podcast. For my co-hosts, Phil Charles Vanderhayden IV, I am Dave Ritterhoff, and we will catch you all on the next one.